Jim, did you hear about the ratings this week?
I did not hear about the ratings this week.
AEW has, I believe every single week, I could check right here, has won in the ratings over NXT.
It's been close a few times, but I think they've been keeping a lead.
And especially in the key demos, obviously. AEW had a big boost for that Mike Tyson episode, which is May 27th, so about a month ago. This past week's show, this past Wednesday night, whose number do you want first, NXT or AEW's?
Give me AEW. They usually do somewhere around 600,000, right?
633,000.
Well, there you go.
NXT 786,000.
Holy shit! What was on NXT? I should have taped that.
I think there was and again, I didn't watch NXT, but I think Keith Lee had a 3-way match with a couple of guys. I really don't know what was on NXT. I have no idea.
Or maybe, you know what? At this point, it might not be about what's on NXT. It might be about what's been on AEW. Maybe they're finally realizing, what the fuck? These guys can't get this shit right.
Do you think any of it has to do with the fact that you're not reviewing AEW anymore?
I'd hate to be the cause of their downfall. We might have to research the statistics and see if I can. I'd hate to be the cause of someone else's fucking going out of business because I didn't give them enough attention. But I've only got so much attention, and there's not enough to go around. Everybody wants my attention these days. Some people wait till the crack of doom to get it.
If you're AEW, do you panic or do you just say this is a 1-week thing? Let's not worry too much about it. I mean, it's obviously they lost, but they lost by a lot out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, AEW didn't have any real marquee matches. And, a lot of the top guys for their audience, like the Young Bucks, Omega, Page, not even wrestling on the show. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but they got their ass kicked by NXT.
I wouldn't panic after 1 week of television losing the ratings war. No, but it's in the Attitude Era when everybody was tearing their hair out every Tuesday morning when they'd get the ratings, even when WCW was winning and everybody else was, oh, goddamn, and shaking their hands and clutching their pearls and everything. I always felt it didn't matter that they won the fucking ratings. It was who had the better show building to the future, leading to someone not burning themselves out, not doing stupid things for no fucking apparent purpose than to pop shit. The booking meant nothing. The WCW television shows of 99 produced the WCW television shows of 2001. They shot everything they knew how to shoot, and they couldn't shoot anymore. And the whole thing fell in a fucking hole because nobody was the leader and nobody had a clear picture. And even if Vince wasn't winning the war, he was still doing better, consistent business in all metrics and or having a clearer path of what was going on and getting talent over and just not shooting himself in the foot. The established company may not always win the ratings war or draw the biggest house, but all it has to do is just not fuck up. Whereas the fucking challenging company has to be better, especially in a way, that war in the 90s was close. I just always was convinced because Vince in the long run ran the better, more organized business and had the more experience and etc. was going to come out because the other guys were doing so many crazy things, not even their wrestling matches, just the crazy business practices and the bullshit. You can't go on that way. This war is not nearly that close. The WWE's developmental brand just beat their fucking flagship show. And the talent rosters, there's no comparison. And the business level of revenues, there's no comparison. But if they wanted to make a splash, AEW, the sports-based presentation, could have come out and concentrated on doing everything as right as possible from the start. But the people that were chosen to be responsible for that were not capable of it because they'd never done it before, and they have a weird idea of what the fuck wrestling's supposed to be based on wrestling in front of these fucking tiny crowds for so long that enjoyed this type of thing. And it skewed their fucking brains up. So now every time that AEW for the last 9 months on television has had the chance to debut new talent that could make a difference, they have nullified them or gotten them under instead of over. And now it all just looks the same every week, except when you have MJF have a single match, Cody have a fucking dramatic classic, or fucking now FTR have a state-of-the-art tag team match. You got a bunch of fucking independent-looking guys running around doing the same shit to each other that everybody else does. And that gets old. And that's not opinion, that's just fact. That's what that's what they are. They are not building viewers, and they can blame the pandemic. But they're not building viewers, they're losing viewers because they're not building their talent. They're just letting them do whatever the fuck it is that they think that week they should do. Good God. I booked the Smoky Mountain title heavyweight tournament. I'll say this again. I booked the Smoky Mountain heavyweight title tournament 2 years before it happened in the car, and I got 6 out of the 8 guys I wanted. You know, they just say, "Look, what the fuck?" And they don't know. They don't understand. They don't get it. They're not just playing for the indie crowd anymore. Any further audience that they get is going to expect a level of professionalism that none of them are showing. So that's the end of that. That's all I got to say about that.